Prince Harry and his new wife Meghan Markle have arrived in a converted electric Jaguar for their wedding reception at Frogmore House, after a multicultural wedding the likes of which Britain's royals and the millions watching have never seen before. Around 200 guests were due to join the couple at the evening event at the 17th-century Frogmore mansion in the grounds of Windsor Castle, where Meghan, wearing an aquamarine ring which once belonged to Princess Diana, was due to make a speech to guests. They traveled in a silver-blue open-top Jaguar E-Type Concept Zero, which was originally manufactured in 1968 and now runs on electricity on her way to the English country house which stands in the home park of Windsor Castle and is part of the Crown Estate. It is only open to individuals on 3 days of the year. The bride's evening dress is designed by Stella McCartney and is a bespoke lily white high-neck gown made of silk crepe, while her Aquazura shoes are silky satin with solace painted in baby blue. Her hair, styled by George Northwood, was in a relaxed updo, with loose strands tucked behind her ears amid the breeze. She was spotted wearing the large ring on her right hand which once belonged to Harry's mother. A double-decker coach full of guests arrived at the entrance to Frogmore House for the evening reception at 7:15 p.m. The coach had arrived from Coworth Park Hotel in Ascot, where Princes Harry and William spent the night before the wedding. Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie arrived in a black Bentley at 7:30 p.m. while Sophie, Countess of Wessex, arrived just before 8 p.m. in a Land Rover Discovery. Actor James Corden, who attended the ceremony earlier with his wife Julia Carey, is set to play the role of host and entertainer for the reception, it is reported. Guests invited to Frogmore House, a royal estate in Windsor Home Park, were given a few hours after the lunch to rest and change outfits. Earlier Meghan became the first mixed-race member of the royal family in an extraordinary journey for a girl born in LA to a white father and African-American mother who fought her way through the tough world of show business to land a plum role in the TV series Suits. Harry and Meghan's big day couldn't have been more different than royal weddings of the past, especially because the prince was visibly emotional throughout, and guests suggested it was the most diverse major event in the Queen's 66-year reign with heavy influences from the US and Meghan's mixed-race background. The prince had looked tearful when he saw his bride for the first time, grabbing her hand telling her, "You look amazing, I missed you," before tenderly lifting her veil. They will spend their first night as a married couple at Windsor Castle and are expected to return to Kensington Palace in London on Sunday. The new Duke of Sussex also said thank you, Pa, after his father Prince Charles walked the now Duchess of Sussex down the aisle of St. George's Chapel, Windsor, having stepped in at the last moment for Meghan's father Thomas. The newlyweds shared tears, laughter, and a passionate kiss in front of their hundreds of VIP guests dominated by Hollywood stars including the Clooneys, the Beckhams, Idris Elba, Oprah Winfrey, Tom Hardy and James Corden. Elton John, who sang at Princess Diana's funeral in 1997, performed at the lunchtime reception hosted by the Queen in a poignant nod to Harry's late mother, who died when he was only 12. All the senior British royals were also there to support the couple including Her Majesty the Queen, Prince Philip, Harry's best man Prince William and his wife Kate, who brought George and Charlotte but left baby Louis with the nanny. The former actress, 36, managed to make a tearful Harry giggle as they exchanged vows before being pronounced man and wife by the Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby. Despite being an Anglican church service, it had a distinctly American feel, with a U.S. bishop delivering a passionate address that appeared to make some royals snigger and a gospel choir filling the chapel with music from Ben E. King and Etta James. But there was also much of the great British pageantry that royal fans around the world love, all set in the fairy tale surroundings of Windsor Castle on a stunning May-spring day. Meghan chose acclaimed British designer, Claire Waite-Keller, the first female artistic director at the historic French fashion house Givenchy, to design her dress. She also wore a Queen Mary diamond bandeau tiara, loaned to her by the Queen. On the steps of the chapel, Meghan asked her new husband discreetly, "Do we kiss?" and Harry whispered "yeah" before passionately planting one on her lips. Outside St. George's Chapel, more than 100,000 fevered well-wishers gathered in glorious British sunshine and cheered the couple as they started their new married life in the grand Ascot Landau carriage. Meghan waved and smiled to the crowds and said wow to her new husband while, in his inimitable style, he said back, "I'm ready for a drink now." As the newlyweds were swept through Windsor greeting huge crowds waving Union flags, the VIP guests were taken up to the castle for a lavish lunch and drinks hosted by the Queen. Guests praised the relaxed atmosphere and diverse feel. Sarah Ferguson, ex-wife of Prince Andrew, said, "I have had a lovely day and it is wonderful to see so many people out for this lovely occasion." The newlyweds had emerged from St. George's Chapel to loud cheers from the crowd this afternoon. Stopping at the top of the stone steps, the pair shared a kiss to the delight of onlookers. The couple were waved off and watched by members of the royal family as they left in an open-top Ascot Landau for a carriage procession through Windsor. Prince George and Princess Charlotte, the oldest children of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, did not follow Harry and Meghan as they made their way back up the aisle. Instead, the youngsters held their parents' hands as they made their way out of the chapel. Mike Tyndall was seen rubbing heavily pregnant wife Sarah's bump as the congregation waited for Harry and Meghan to sign their register. Mr. and Mrs. Tyndall are expecting their second child. Few things illustrated the disparate cultural beginnings of bride and groom better than the religious figures who appeared at their wedding. Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby officiated with the measured solemnity common to Church of England services, while Chicago-born Bishop Curry riveted the congregation with a fiery delivery of his Power of Love address. His speech touched on issues including slavery and poverty, even channeling the spirit of another celebrated black orator, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. While the bishop's performance may have been a break from the norm for the royal family, it delighted viewers in America. U.S. journalist Elamin Abdelmahmoud tweeted, "A black reverend preaching to British royalty about the resilience of faith during slavery is 10,000,000% not what I thought I was waking up for. The royal wedding is good." Former British tabloid editor Piers Morgan added, "Wow. Still reeling from Rev Curry. What a moment. What a guy. He may have gone on a bit long, but as my youngest son just rang to say, 'Dad, imagine being a black American watching this wedding? It's historic, and brilliant.' He's right." Staples of gospel music sat alongside traditional church hymns on the order of service handed out to wedding guests. Karen Gibson and the Kingdom Choir captivated viewers around the world with a performance of Stand By Me, written by African-American singer Ben E. King, and This Little Light of Mine, a tune which colored the sound of the civil rights movement. Many wrote online that the performance had reduced them to tears. Ms. Gibson later told Sky News, "Both of those are gospel staples, you know, they are very well known. Etta James has done this arrangement. We really enjoyed it, we really rocked up to that one, you know. It was great fun." Praising the address of Bishop Curry, she added, "It's what we're actually used to, that's the flavor of preachers we're used to, so we were getting very excited." As the couple slipped away for the signing of the register during the service, another talented black musician, Shekinah Mason, took center stage. The British cellist, winner of BBC Young Musician 2016, held the attention of the chapel as he performed several moving pieces which had been selected by the palace. The 19-year-old later told the broadcaster, "It's such an honor and it's something that you could never expect. I still don't quite believe it, so it's just an amazing experience."